Hey, I'm Diana and I will talk you about a history of success. I've been researching successful people, and one person who intrigued me is Steven Spielberg. His personal story is as fascinating as one of his favorite characters, Indiana Jones. I discovered that when he was uh, 8 years old, he bought his dad's 8 mm movie camera and started shooting anything in front of him. On family vacation, he get his family to restage their activities to make the scenes more artistic. When he was 12, when most guys of his age spend their weekends watching Flash Gordon on TV or playing baseball in the park, Steven was busy pursuing his dreams to be the next CCB DeMille. At the time, there were lots of World War II fighter pilot movies. Well, so Steven decided to make his first movie a fighter pilot story. With that consent that he was only 12 years old and didn't have much money, Steven went to the manager of the Phoenix airport and somehow gave his permission to shoot take-off fight scenes in the cockpits of vintage airplanes. He got his friends to dress up in Army surplus World War II uniforms and sprayed them with ketchup for blood and told them to act like enemy aircraft was shooting at them. Steven created an editing room, like probably on his bedroom of his basement, and interspread the badly acted scenes with a real documentary footage of media dogfights. He called his first film Fire Squad. Steven didn't have an easy growing up. He was the oldest of four kids, with three younger sisters. His dad was an engineer and his mom was a concert pianist. His family moved 3 times. His dad worked long hours and was seldom home. And when he was home, it was reported that his parents fought all the time. You can imagine what it must have been uh, like around the dinner table when his dad was home. It was like lots of arguments and tension. Stephen longed for a father figure in his life. When he tried to connect with his dad, the two of them argued about Stephen's poor grades in school. So Stephen escaped into the fantasy world of his movies. In fact, he spends so much of his time making films that he didn't pay much attention to the study, which is why he ended up getting C's instead of the A's and B's that he was capable of. His teacher described Steven as an intelligent but awkward and geeky kid who was bullied by other kids. And to top it off, he had a strange preoccupation with cameras and moving. By the time he was 17, he made 4 films. His parents were divorced by now. Steven applied to the two best film schools, like the USLA and USCCA, but his poor grades kept him off. After a summer job as a clerical intern at Universal Studios, he enrolled in a Cal State Long Beach. Bored by his classes and anxious to get on with his movie career, he dropped off and began to hang around on the Universal Studios, lot where TV shows and movies were being shot. Even though his clerical internal job was over and he no longer had any business being on the lot, Steven knew that the world would still recognize him. So he dressed in his suit and tie, grabbed an old briefcase, and walked into the gate. And waved the words and strolled into the studio lot. Once on the lot, he hung around every department he could get into. asking questions, introduce himself to actors, producers, and directors. He watched movies being shot and sucked up everything he could. Years later, he said that he probably got kicked off of a set every day. Obviously, rejection didn't stop him. Steven was relentless and found creative ways to break the rules and write his own. Eventually, after being on the lot so much, he had people assuming that he worked for someone. With his roots firmly established, it was time to make the next move. He had an 8 mm film that he want the studio executives to watch. He got into their hands, but they told him they only look at it they, 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 they only look at it if it were shot on a 16 mm. So he ran a camera and over the weekend made a new film in a 16 mm. But then they told him not to come back until he shot in a 35 mm. Without hesitation, he went home and shot the film again. Impressed by Steven's relentless determination, the studio executives agreed to look at it. The 26-minute movie was called Emblem and it won a prize at the Atlanta Film Festival. More importantly, though Universal Studios signed him on a 7-year contract to direct TV and movies. Steven was only 20 years old. Now, Steven Spielberg is the most successful movie director of all time. His films like Indiana Jones, E.T., Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Poltergeist, The Color Purple, Schindler's List, and Saving Private Ryan. When Steven didn't get into the prestigious film school, he didn't take the rejection personally. He simply sharp a different path to his dream. When he was kicked off of a movie set, he didn't call the plane a failure. He just moved over to another set. When he was told to shoot him in another format, he didn't let the obstacle stop him. He accepted the challenge and shot the film again and again. Successful people don't make excuses. They don't take rejection personally. They don't turn limitations into self-limiting beliefs. They pursue their dreams with relentless determination, and they take chances and break the rules and get out their own way. And they tear down walls and remove the obstacles that others put in their paths. And well, that was like a little resume of Steven's history. So that's all. Thank you.